Tardes a todos y gracias por estar aquí por la ceremonia de graduación de la clase del 2026 de PUC Triumph Charter High School. Mi nombre es Marco Antonio Valdés, el orgulloso director de Triumph, y es un honor darles la bienvenida a los graduados, las familias, amistades, maestros y personal, y a todos los que están aquí para celebrar a sus graduados. Good evening, everyone. My name is Marco Antonio Valdés, proud PUC TCHS principal, and it is my honor to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony of the PUC Triumph Charter High School class of 2026. Graduates, you may be seated. Class of 2026. What a journey these past 4 years have been. You've given us lots of firsts over the years, and we're even more excited to hear about the various firsts you all will get to experience as you embark on this new journey post-high school. Before we continue to celebrate you all, though, we'd like to take a quick moment to honor and celebrate those that helped and supported along the way. Your family, friends, and all those here tonight physically, virtually, and in spirit. Antes de continuar celebrando a nuestros graduados, nos gustaría tomar un breve momento para honrar y celebrar a quienes les brindaron ayuda y apoyo a lo largo del camino, sus familias, amigos y todos aquellos que nos acompañan esta noche, ya sea en persona, de manera virtual o en espíritu. Graduates, please stand up and provide a huge round of applause for those who have supported you through your 13 years of school. Thank you. As we wrap up another chapter at TCHS, and as I was writing this, I was brought back to so many moments we got to experience together. And while I 100% tried to erase some of them from my memory, what doesn't leave me is the pride I feel for the growth I've seen in so many of you over the years. I've seen you go from 9th grade students that tested every boundary to 12th grade students that tested every boundary. I've been fortunate enough to see you all begin to understand your own potential, going from keeping me busy, and I mean busy, every day as your assistant principal, to giving me the opportunity to learn so much from you, both as an AP and now as your principal. You've taught me to keep believing in our future and to look beyond the surface, digging deeper into who we are as people. So many of you have such rich and powerful stories, stories of resilience, joy, sacrifice, passion, perseverance, but above all, growth. I hope that in return, the chapter of your story that is TCHS also made you stronger, wiser, and more compassionate and empathetic versions of yourselves. If there's one final lesson I hope you take with you from TCHS, it's que somos semillas. We are seeds. We're never done growing. Every moment, especially the tough ones, are opportunities to bloom into something stronger and even more beautiful. Class of 2026, thank you for letting us be a part of your story and your blooming growth. We're excited to hear about the next chapters you have yet to write and the gardens you have yet to grow. No matter where life takes you, keep growing, keep staying curious, keep taking chances, and most of all, keep dreaming. Congratulations, Jaguars. To continue our ceremony today, we'd like to get some student voice. We want to hear from our graduates today. So we'll start with a student who has earned the second highest academic honor in school, our salutatorian, Jasmine Arredondo. Para continuar con nuestra ceremonia de hoy, nuestra alumna que ha obtenido el segundo honor académico más alto de la escuela, la salutatoriana, Jasmine Arredondo, nos presentará unas palabras. Cuando pienso en la misión y la visión de las escuelas PUC, pienso en estudiantes como Jasmine. Ella encarna los valores y la misión de las escuelas PUC a través de su amabilidad, integridad y su firme compromiso con quienes la rodean. Es amable, de gran corazón, talentosa y, según sus maestros, profundamente responsable y consciente. Jasmine nos recuerda que el liderazgo no siempre es ruidoso. A veces se trata de la constancia. A veces se trata de estar presente para los demás, incluso cuando nadie está mirando. A veces simplemente se trata de estar presente. Jasmine hace todas esas cosas de manera excepcional. Y estamos emocionados de verla continuar su liderazgo en California State University, Northridge, donde estudiará ciencias radiológicas. Please welcome Jasmine Arredondo.
Okay. Good evening, families, teachers, and staff, and my fellow graduates. My name is Jasmine Arredondo, and I'm honored to stand before you today as your salutatorian. As I thought about what I wanted to say tonight, I kept coming back to a quote from one of my favorite books, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Near the end of the story, Charlie, the main character, looks back on the people and the moments that made his high school experience meaningful. He says, "I know these will be stories someday, but in this moment, I swear, we are infinite." The more I thought about it, the more I thought how perfectly this quote fits in tonight. Because for years, graduation felt so far away. We counted out days, stressed over assignments, and worried about our futures, and told ourselves the moment we got here, everything would make sense. But standing here now, I realize high school was never really about reaching the finish line. It was about everything that happened along the way. For some of us, these moments were filled with achievements and milestones, while for others, they were filled with challenges that no one will ever see. Yet, no matter what our journey looked like, we all arrived here tonight together. High school taught us lessons that can never be measured by grades, rankings, or accomplishments. It taught us resilience. It taught us how to keep going when things felt impossible, and that growth often happens in moments we least expect. As you sit here tonight, surrounded by classmates, teachers, friends, and family, I hope you take a moment to appreciate how far we've come. Not because we earned a diploma, but because of the people we've become along the way. One day, these moments will be old photographs and stories to tell years from now. We'll look back on the hallways we rushed through, the classrooms we couldn't wait to leave, and the people who became such a big part of our lives without even realizing it at the time. And while this chapter is coming to an end, the memories, the lifelong friends, lessons, and experiences we share will stay with us wherever we go. So tonight, before we rush into the future, I hope we take a second to appreciate this moment, not because it's perfect, but because it's ours. Class of 2026, thank you for growing alongside me. And no matter where life takes us next, I hope we never forget this moment and the people who made it matter. Because in this moment, I swear, we are infinite. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine, for those uplifting words. Good evening. My name is Anthony Ventura. I'm the Assistant Principal of Culture here at TCHS. It is my deep honor to present the 100 Families Award with a message from Dr. Elliott, co-founder of PUC Schools.
Buenas noches, él es Anthony Ventura, nuestro subdirector de Cultura de Triumph Charter High School, y entregará el premio de 100 familias con un mensaje de la doctora Jacqueline Elliott, cofundadora de las escuelas PUC.
This year, the recipient of the 100 Families Award goes to the Chipao family. They've been part of the TCH family since 2018 and have supported not only Jerry, but the school in providing all students with a meaningful education. Thank you.
Este año, el premio a las 100 familias es para la familia Chipao. Han formado parte de la familia de TCHS desde 2018 y han apoyado no solo a Jerry, sino también a la escuela, brindando a todos los estudiantes una educación significativa.
This award also represents and honors and recognizes that family who has demonstrated the level of engagement of the founding 100 families from each PUC school they had when they took the leap of faith to commit to be part of the new school, when it was just a vision. They did this because they wanted to They wanted a better public school option for their children, and because they believed in the founding values, mission, and vision, which included a high level of parent involvement. Through their actions, the recipients of the 100 Families Award demonstrate the same level of commitment to achieving the vision of the school.
Este premio se otorga para honrar y reconocer a una familia que demuestra el nivel de compromiso que tuvieron las 100 familias fundadoras de cada escuela PUC cuando dieron ese salto de fe para comprometerse a formar parte de una escuela totalmente nueva en un momento en que esta era apenas una visión. Lo hicieron porque deseaban una mejor opción de educación pública para sus hijos y porque creían en los valores fundacionales, la misión y la visión, los cuales incluían un alto nivel de participación de los padres. Los recipientes del premio de las 100 familias demuestran a través de sus acciones ese mismo nivel de compromiso para hacer realidad la visión de la escuela.
Thank you again, the Chapao family. And now, I would also like to present this year's TCHS Founders Award with another message from Dr. Jacqueline Elliott.
Y ahora nos gustaría presentar los premios de la fundadora de este año con otro mensaje de la doctora Elliott.
Congratulations on being selected to receive the Founders Award. Thank you for achieving through your values and actions the success and characteristics that the founding families, staff, and I envision for our students. I hope you will always strive for excellence, contribute in positive ways to every community you become part of, and always be kind and caring to others. You are amazing, and I wish you much success in all your future endeavors.
Felicidades por haber sido seleccionado para recibir los premios de la fundadora. Gracias por haber alcanzado, a través de sus valores y acciones, el éxito y las cualidades que las familias fundadoras, el personal y la fundadora visualizaron para nuestros estudiantes. Esperamos que siempre se esfuercen por alcanzar la excelencia, contribuyan de manera positiva a cada comunidad de la que formen parte y sean siempre amables y considerados con los demás. Son extraordinarios y les deseamos mucho éxito en todos sus futuros proyectos.
Our Founders Awards this year go to Jasmine Orodondo and Armando Izaguirre. Jasmine and Armando embody the PUC commitments and serve as models of hard work and a sense of accountability. It is always nice to be in the presence of young people who care about learning as much as they can, who don't settle for just getting by, who want to be excellent students, friends, sons and daughters, and human beings. Jasmine and Armando are truly excellent young people in their resilience, dedication, and support of the TCHS community.
Jasmine y Armando encarnan los compromisos de PUC y sirven como modelos de arduo trabajo y sentido de la responsabilidad. Siempre es un placer estar en presencia de jóvenes a quienes les importa aprender tanto como sea posible, que no se conforman con simplemente salir del paso, sino que aspiran a ser estudiantes, amigos, hijos y seres humanos excelentes. Jasmine y Armando son verdaderamente jóvenes excepcionales por su resiliencia, su dedicación y su apoyo a la comunidad de Triumph Charter High School.
Thank you. And now I would like to bring up Dr. Valdez.
And now I get to present the Principal's Award. The Principal's Award goes to 2 students who truly embody the vision, heart, and mission of PUC Triumph Charter High School. They're what it really means to be a Jaguar. This year's recipients are Michelle Sanchez and Eric Barra. Los premios del director se otorgan a 2 estudiantes que verdaderamente representan la visión, el corazón y la misión de la escuela aquí de Triumph Charter High School. Michelle Sánchez y Eric Parra representan lo que realmente significa ser un jaguar. Michelle and Eric embody all 5 of the roars: respect, ownership, attitude, responsibility, and safety, actively demonstrating these qualities every day. They've done such a wonderful job supporting their peers, both in the classroom and out, simply being a friendly face on campus and inspiring their classmates and us through their academic and personal endeavors. We've been so lucky to have them these past 4 years, but are even more excited to hear all the wonderful things they will accomplish at UCLA and Bucknell University. Thank you for being the Jaguars that you are. We can't wait to see how you'll continue to roar through life. Michelle y Eric encarnan los 5 principios de los roars de aquí de Triumph: respeto, sentido de pertenencia, actitud y responsabilidad y seguridad. Demostrando activamente estas cualidades cada día, han realizado un labor maravilloso al apoyar a sus compañeros, tanto dentro como fuera del salón. Simplemente al ser un rostro amigable en el campus e inspirándonos tantos a nosotros como a sus compañeros a través de sus logros académicos y personales. Hemos tenido la gran fortuna de contar con ellos durante estos últimos 4 años, pero nos entusiasma aún más saber todas las cosas maravillosas que lograrán en UCLA y Bucknell University. Gracias por ser los jaguares que son. Estamos impacientes por ver cómo seguirán rugiendo a lo largo de la vida. I learned how to say roar from the commitment ceremony. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Christine Diano, Assistant Principal of Academics. We would like to recognize more of our students for their achievements throughout their time here.
Ella es la subdirectora, la señorita Diano, subdirectora académica de nuestra escuela, y ahora nos gustaría reconocer a más de nuestros estudiantes por sus logros a lo largo de su tiempo aquí.
Please join me in celebrating those students who have earned a white cord, which represents having attended a PUC school for 6 or more years. Please stand.
Estos estudiantes se han ganado un cordón blanco, lo que representa haber asistido a una escuela PUC por 6 o más años.
Thank you. This year, we have students who have attended a PUC school since kindergarten. Please join me in celebrating those students who have earned a white and purple cord, which represents having attended a PUC school for their entire schooling experience. Please stand.
Este año tenemos estudiantes que han asistido a una escuela de PUC desde el jardín de infancia. Por favor, acompáñenos a celebrar a aquellos estudiantes que se han ganado un cordón blanco y morado, el cual representa haber asistido a una escuela de PUC durante toda su trayectoria escolar.
Thank you. Please join me in celebrating those students who have earned a silver cord, which represents having finished 4 years at PUC TCHS with honors, a grade point average of 3.0 to 3.49. Please stand.
Estos estudiantes obtuvieron un cordón de plata, lo que representa haber terminado 4 años en PUC Triumph Charter High School con honores, un promedio de calificaciones de 3.0 a 3.49.
Thank you. Please join me in celebrating those students who have earned a gold cord, which represents having finished 4 years at PUC TCHS with high honors, a grade point average of 3.5 to 3.99. Please stand.
Estos estudiantes obtuvieron un cordón de oro, lo que representa haber terminado 4 años en PUC Triumph Charter High School con altos honores, un promedio de calificaciones de 3.5 a 3.99.
Thank you. Please join me in celebrating those students who have earned a purple and gold cord, which represents having finished 4 years at PUC TCHS with the highest honors, a grade point average of 4.0 and above. Please stand.
Este grupo de estudiantes obtuvieron un cordón morado y dorado, lo que representa haber terminado 4 años en Triumph con los más altos honores, un promedio de calificación de 4.0 y mejor.
Thank you. Please join me in celebrating those students who received a medal at our senior awards dinner. These students were recognized for excellence in attendance, content mastery, and exemplifying our roars. Students, please stand.
Estos estudiantes recibieron una medalla en nuestra cena de estudiantes. Fueron reconocidos por su excelencia en asistencia, dominio del contenido y por ejemplificar nuestros roars.
Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce this year's valedictorian, Michelle Sanchez. First, we would like to thank Michelle's family for their support of Michelle's endeavors. Their influence is reflected in her dedication, humor, and humility. When you first meet Michelle, she might strike you as reserved and soft-spoken, and such descriptors sometimes make people underestimate you. Michelle, however, is not to be underestimated. Over the course of her 4 years at TCHS, she has proven time and again that she is a self-motivated, self-aware learner who wants to make the most of her education and sees every opportunity. She is goal-oriented without being closed off to other possibilities. Michelle also turned out to be, in the words of her school counselor, incredibly gracious. It's both her intellect and her graciousness that will take her far in higher education and in her chosen career path. They will also lead her to the things we can't quite quantify: devotion and friendship, faith in self and others, and courage in love.
Nos gustaría agradecer a la familia de Michelle por su apoyo a las aspiraciones de ella. Su influencia se refleja en su dedicación, su sentido del humor y su humildad. Al conocer a Michelle por primera vez, podría parecerles una persona reservada y de voz suave. Y tales características a veces llevan a los demás a subestimar a una persona. Sin embargo, Michelle no es alguien a quien se debe subestimar. A lo largo de sus 4 años en Triumph, ha demostrado una y otra vez ser una estudiante automotivada y consciente de sí misma, que desea aprovechar al máximo de su educación y sacar partido de cada oportunidad que se le presenta. Es una persona orientada a objetivos, pero sin cerrarse a las nuevas posibilidades. Michelle también ha demostrado ser, en palabras de su consejera escolar, una persona increíblemente amable y atenta. Son precisamente su intelecto y su amabilidad los que la llevarán lejos, tanto en sus estudios superiores como en la trayectoria profesional que ha elegido. Asimismo, la guiarán hacia aquellas cosas que no podemos cuantificar del todo: la devoción en la amistad, la fe en sí misma y en los demás, y la valentía en el amor.
This fall, Michelle will attend the University of California, Los Angeles to study biology. There she will flourish, armed with an insatiable curiosity, a willingness to work hard no matter the challenge, and an openness and readiness for a multitude of possibilities. She has made all of us at TCHS very proud and very hopeful for what the future holds.
Este otoño, Michelle asistirá a la Universidad de California en Los Ángeles, donde estudiará biología. Allí florecerá, armada con una curiosidad insaciable, la disposición a trabajar arduamente, sin importar el desafío, y una apertura y disposición ante una multitud de posibilidades. Ella nos ha llenado a todos en Triumph de gran orgullo y esperanza respecto a lo que el futuro depara.
Now, please allow me to present PUC Triumph Charter High School's class of 2026 valedictorian, Michelle Sanchez.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here today. I could stand here and act like I knew what I was going to say, but that wouldn't be true. The truth is, I had a hard time writing this speech. I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to say. I wasn't sure if talking about our hallway memories or our classwork was even relevant. What I kept going back to, though, was that I didn't know. And as I look back on my high school experience, I realized that I didn't know a lot. So much of high school was unknown. And in thinking about the unknown, we often think of emptiness, we think about cluelessness and anxiety and the what ifs. And as I reflect, I'm realizing more and more that the unknown could also be fueled by possibility and hope. It can be filled with promise, the kind of promise and desire that pushes us forward even when we don't know exactly where we're going. And as we all go down our own paths and step into the world, I want everybody to truly cherish the constants they have in their lives. Whether that's your mom, your dad, your teacher, or a best friend, I hope this gives you an opportunity to hold them a little tighter. I'm lucky to have 3 constants in my life, my sisters, Valerie and Danica, and the biggest constant of all, my mom. Mom, thank you for being the most consistent constant. Your spirit and strength has shaped who I am today, and in watching you, I saw the power of discipline, what it takes to persevere, and most importantly, what it means to love unconditionally. Thank you for believing in me so strongly that I never noticed those who didn't. Te amo. To the class of 2026, yes. To the class of 2026, when the weight of the unknown feels heavy, let us remember that we all have constants in our lives. We will always have those who help steady us when we're unsure, who speaks up for us when we're afraid, and those who remind us that we don't need to carry that weight alone. In turn, we can become those constants for those around us so that the uncertainty of what might lie ahead can be faced with courage. Thank you and congratulations. I would now like to welcome our student body president, Elijah Figueroa, for his final address.
That's right. Good evening, everyone. It's kind of hot in here, isn't it? Ooh, over here sweating in the stands, the seats. Good evening, staff, faculty, and loved ones, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. My name is Elijah Figueroa, and I'm your senior class president. And before I go any further, I need to be honest. If you had told me I would be up here giving a speech freshman year, honestly, I would have laughed in your face. And I would have honestly really laughed in your face. And then I would have stressed about it the next 4 years. But truly, I can't imagine being anywhere else than right here, sharing this moment with all of you. So, on behalf of all the graduates, thank you to every single person here for showing up to celebrate this milestone with us. Your support has never gone unnoticed. In fact, it's a big part of the reason why we're all sitting here, ready for whatever comes next. Tonight is about reflection, honoring where we come from and appreciating where we stand now. Over these 4 years, many of us learned one essential truth. We figured out life as we went. We learned to trust ourselves even when the path wasn't clear, and to keep moving even when we weren't sure of the next step. But even just to get through the high school, we got through life together, side by side. We carried each other through heavy moments, celebrated the small wins, and made even the ordinary days feel meaningful. And in the future, there will be moments where you doubt yourselves, when life feels bigger than us, or when we simply need a breath. When those moments come, remember this: we've already survived things we never thought we couldn't, and in return, we've grown from them. Finally, remember the faces, the laughter, and the conversations that ended too soon. We stand here honoring the people who helped us shape our story, even if they can't walk into this next chapter with us. Their presence and will live on in our memories and in promise that they will never be forgotten. As we stand on the precipice of future, uncertain of what lies ahead, let us face it with courage, honor, and dignity, as well as an unfounding sense of courage and optimism, as well as a profound sense of appreciation for all those that are with us today. As a lyricist and musician, J. Cole once said, there's always going to be a car that's better than the one you got. There's always going to be some clothes that's fresher than the ones you rock. There's always going to be a house that's bigger and with bigger doors. But you are never going to find happiness until you love what's yours. So here's to us, the class of 2026. I wish you all a prosperous and healthy and fulfilling future. May you chase the things that set your soul on fire. May you stay grounded in who you are, and may you never forget the people who helped you get to this moment. So congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Elijah and Michelle, for those inspiring words. It's now time for our graduates to cross the stage. It is with great pleasure that we introduce our advisory teachers to begin calling our student names as TCHS graduates. Please welcome Mr. Cal. Es un gran placer presentar a nuestros profesores asesores, quienes comenzarán a nombrar a nuestros estudiantes como graduados. Por favor, reciban al señor Cao.
Hello. To my advisory, congratulations. Your 4 long years have finally led you to this moment. I still remember meeting many of you as shy 9th graders, and now I've had the privilege of seeing you as graduates, standing proudly at the finish line alongside the rest of your class. Over the years, I've watched you all grow, change, mature, and make it through both the good moments and the difficult ones. And somehow, we've all made it here together. You weren't always the easiest advisory, and maybe not always the best advisory. But you are my advisory. You've all challenged me, made me laugh, definitely tested my patience, and reminded me why these relationships mattered. I will always remember the moments we shared, from some of you staying after school in my classrooms, to our lunches, potlucks, the visits you would have with your friends in between classes, and especially these last few weeks we've spent together. Those are the moments I'll carry with me long after today. It hasn't been easy for me to accept that this chapter is coming to an end, but more than anything, I am proud, truly proud of every one of you. As you go out into this world, I hope you remember this. Be kind and true to yourselves. Stay curious. Be open and never judgmental towards others. Never be afraid to ask questions. And always strive to become someone you are proud to be. I will never forget our time together. Now go out there and do great things. And now, it is my honor to present these graduates. Clarissa Mia Bolanos. Juan Pablo Escobar. Samuel Escobar. JC Garcia. Ebony Halo Guardado. Diego Felipe Guerra. Aaron Guerrero. Paola Garola Rivera. Angel Anthony Guzman Perfecto. Christopher Herrera. Gabriel Meza. Jude Michael Morin. Alejandro Virgilio Moscoso. Fabian Anthony Nunez. Christian Alejandro Ortiz. Jordan Ramirez. David Reyes. Michelangelo Rivera. Nathan Valdez. And finally, John Allen Villanueva Moreno. And now, I'd like to welcome Mr. Contreras to the stage.
Thank you. I wrote these last few words on April 23, 2026. It is from that day's point of view. It is 1:12 p.m. and advisory just started. I look up and I see some of you trying to log into your computer. One of you sitting in the first two tables states, "The internet's slow, mister." In the middle of the room, some of you are taking out your supplies. In the back of the room, I hear a couple of you talking about when we used to watch CNN 10 with Carl Asus. In the tables next to me, some of you have smiles as you talk about your plans for prom. It appears to be like any other day, except it isn't. By the time I read this to you, this will all be in the past. I lift my head up to look at you in our classroom one more time. I want to cherish this moment. I want to save this memory. My heart aches at the thought of knowing that our time together has come to an end. To the version of you hearing my speech, this will all be like a flashback to a time you can no longer go back to. But to the you that is in our classroom, it just seems like just an ordinary day. But it is not. No day in which you are alive is ordinary. Each day in which you are alive is a blessing. No matter what you do in the future, take time to appreciate the smaller things, the simple conversations, the simple jokes, the simple actions. In other words, make sure that while you are working towards something, that you are also being grateful for what you already have. Just like how I'm grateful for just your mere presence, just how your mere presence fills me with joy. The following are my last words to you. Be firm in your beliefs, follow your passion, take pride in how far you've come, and more importantly, have faith in how far you can go. It is now my honor to introduce these graduates. Michael Wilson Alejandre. Jennifer Elizabeth Arevalo Moran. Sabrina Jeanette Arizaga. Bellany Arlette Castañeda. Joshua Damian Cruz. Antonio Terrell Cunningham Padilla. Armando Gilberto Izaguirre. Angelica Natalie Lopez Castro. José Juan Lujano. Congrats. Andrea Lisette Martinez Hernandez. Isaac Benjamin Mesa. Eric Anthony Parra. Stephanie Guadalupe Peñalosa. Congratulations. Sebastian Santiago Ramirez. Anabela Valdez. Edward Valenzuela Salazar. Jessica Mazas. I'd now like to welcome Ms. Montes to the stage.
Okay, this is what I get for making my freshmen do presentations this week. Oh, okay. My advisory, I actually postponed writing this speech as much as possible because I knew there were no words I could say. That took like 5 seconds, I'm so sorry. To fully express how grateful I am to have had the opportunity to have y'all as my first class and my first advisory. It truly has been my heart's absolute joy to witness your growth and becoming. Every single one of you is a remarkable person filled with humor, resourcefulness, resilience, and the determination to find joy in life, even through all its precarious moments. Our advisory grew, shrank, and then grew again. And even if I didn't have the privilege of being your academic teacher, I'm honored to have been your advisory teacher, whether it was for all 4 years or just 1 or 2. My dear, dear advisory, please know that I am profoundly, overwhelmingly, and unapologetically proud of each and every one of you. Over the years, you faced tests, essays, projects, disappointments, and falling outs with friends, but more importantly, you faced the battles no one else saw, the obstacles only you know about, and through it all, you persevered, achieved your goals, and grew into the incredible young adults standing here today. Never let anyone, not a stranger, not a friend, and certainly not yourself, convince you that you cannot do something. Whatever life places in your path, you already possess the strength, resilience, and determination to overcome it. My dear advisory, you will be deeply missed, but even more than that, I'm excited for everything that lies ahead of you. And now, some parting manifestations. May you always have the eyes to see the work that must be done. May you always have the courage to start and the strength to finish. And may you always be held in good company. Congratulations, class of 2026. It is now my honor to introduce these graduates. Daniela Alejandra Berrio Sorto. Joel David Caceres Hernandez. Congratulations, Luna. Alexander Uriel Camacho Angulo. Jerry Chipao. Alexander Karina Duarte. Amador Estrada. Elijah James Figueroa. Jonathan Jose González Quirarte. Congratulations. Sorry. Daisy Carolina Magaña Orellana. Juan Alejandro Fabricio Martínez Talaverano. Congratulations. Jesús Gabriel Méndez Bayona. Congratulations, Jesús. Giovanni Morán. Brandon Alexis Navarro Anguiano. Sebastian Dominic Ramirez. Camila Alejandra Reyes Rosa. Adrian Jr. Sierra Rodriguez. Daniela Tolentino. Axel Yael Valerio. Zoraya Isabella Vasquez. Andrew Yanis. Oh my God. And now, I'd like to welcome Ms. Ramirez to the stage.
Gracias. To my advisory, I arrived at TCHS wondering what kind of environment I was walking into. Through our advisory class, I quickly learned that I walked into a vibrant and resilient community. Thank you to my advisory students for welcoming me into this wonderful community and showing me the heart of TCHS. Each of you, with your own backgrounds and experiences, inspired me to show up every single day with a grateful spirit. It saddens me that I only got to be your teacher for a year, but I know that the short time that we had together was special. From our community circles, I learned that each of you has the power to create a future for yourself that you are truly proud of, one built upon your hard work, dedication, and the small steps you take every day. You each face challenges and countless obstacles that sometimes made being successful feel impossible, but you persevered. And that's the most important part. Remember, when life throws its challenges and curveballs, how we react is what defines our character. It has been my honor to have inherited such an inspiring group of students. Estoy sumamente orgullosa de cada uno de ustedes. Make sure you take each experience and challenge as a chance to grow. También, siempre debemos acordarnos de nuestras raíces. Al fin, somos mosaicos de todas nuestras experiencias. Que nunca se les olvide que el mayor impacto que uno puede tener es el que construimos al ayudar a nuestra comunidad crecer. It is now my honor to introduce these graduates. Alejandro Almanza Michel. Aleida Yamile Avila Álvarez. Alejandro Jesús Ávila. Marco Antonio Ceballos. Adrián Contreras. Diego Jesús Durán López. Christopher Anthony Estrada. Roberto Carlos Fuente. Antonio García III. Xavier Garcia. Jessica Elisa Guzmán. Isabel Rose Holloman. Anthony Leonard Little. Evelyn Adela Magaña. Erika Jasmine Marcial Casas. Fernando Martínez. Michelle Sánchez. Jacqueline Santaolalla López. Bruce Ángel Solís Gaitán. Taylor. And now I'd like to welcome Señor Vaca to the stage.
Buenas tardes. Para mi advisory, jóvenes, felicidades. Hoy celebramos un gran logro, su graduación. Ahora que ya completaron su educación obligatoria, lo que viene es por decisión propia. Quiero que recuerden una frase que por ahí leí, que dice: la vida no le enseña a nadie. La vida se aprende viviendo, con errores, con decisiones y con la valentía para seguir adelante. No tengan miedo de equivocarse, no tengan miedo de crecer, porque al final la vida no se enseña, se vive. Nuevamente, felicidades. It is now my honor to introduce these graduates. Yasmin Arredondo. Dylan Coca Flores. Giselle Anaí Durón Pérez. Samantha Citlali González Jiménez. Rubí Elaine González. Aarón Damián Hernández. Javier Alejandro Herrera. Socorro Guadalupe Lozano. Andrew Mayen. Matthew Angel Ochoa. Víctor Leonel Pineda. Amanda Prieto. Nicole Emily Rivas. Christopher Adolfo Rodríguez. Itzel Ivonne Rodríguez. Luis Eduardo Vallejos Soberani.
Ooh, let's hear it for our graduates again. In conjunction with the PUC Board of Trustees and the faculty and staff, it is with great pleasure that we confer diplomas to the graduates for successfully completing the course of study prescribed by the PUC Board of Trustees and the faculty of PUC TCHS. I would like to present to you the PUC Triumph Charter High School graduating class of 2026. Graduates. Graduates, you may move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. Congratulations.
Where'd all the time go? It's starting to fly. See how the hands go, waving goodbye. You know I get so forgetful when I look in